We are live. Welcome back or welcome to Meditation Mondays, self-care tools for managing stress in turbulent times. We've still got a minute or two to go, so I'll kind of give everyone another minute or so to jump on, and then we'll get started. All right, 9:30, we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks to everyone who is logged on. Welcome to you all. If you're watching this recorded at a later time, welcome to you as well. This is the last of our 12-week series of Meditation Mondays. So, thank you everyone for joining throughout, and I hope you got something out of it. So we'll get started with our opening meditation. So if everyone wants to just kind of get settled, wherever you are, maybe letting your eyes gently close if that's comfortable. If not, just finding a spot on the floor or somewhere in front of you and letting your gaze kind of soften on that spot. Noticing what's happening in your body, noticing any points of tension, maybe noticing where your body is being supported by your chair, by the floor, and starting to let your breath deepen, taking nice, slow, full breaths in through your nose and exhaling completely through your mouth, letting your belly be soft and relaxed. Maybe saying quietly to yourself, soft as you inhale, belly as you exhale. Thoughts are going to come. That's just a natural way that the mind works. Let them come, let them go. Gently bring your attention back to soft belly. Letting your body relax more and more with each out breath. Maybe letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. Maybe loosening your jaw. Few nice, deep, full, soft belly breaths. Maybe feeling a little more relaxed, realizing that you always have the breath as an anchor to the present moment and as a way to bring your mind and body into balance. When you're ready, open your eyes, bring your attention back to the room you are in. All right, so this last session, I'm gonna just talk a little bit about spirituality and its role and connection to meditation and healing and mind-body medicine. And then, another 2-for-1 day, we'll end doing one more practice, and then we'll sign off. So at its essence, spirituality reflects a search for meaning and purpose, and may be seen as a connection to something greater or larger than the self. And while spirituality lies at the heart of every religion, there's a difference between the two. Religion is typically the name we give to the ways we organize our spiritual practices and our beliefs about the spiritual. The way I like to look at spirituality, especially thinking about the mind-body medicine perspective, comes from the work of a Harvard psychiatrist named George Vaillant. He was one of the directors of one of the longest running longitudinal studies on human development. They followed 238 Harvard undergraduates for over 75 years, seeking to understand the factors that contribute most strongly to human flourishing. And one kind of branch of discovery for him that came through this research was that of spirituality and the role it played in human happiness and flourishing. And what he determined from the data was, rather than being a particular belief system, that spirituality could be better understood as a constellation of 8 positive, or what he termed spiritual emotions. And these 8 emotions are forgiveness, gratitude, equanimity or tranquility or kind of peace of mind, awe, wonder, joy, compassion, and love. And as we've been talking about over these last 12 weeks or so, there is a growing body of research on the health effects of practices that promote these qualities. A few weeks ago, we talked about breath and movement. We talked about that in many languages, the word for spirit and breath are the same. So just as a review, in French, That word is esprit. In Greek, it's pneuma. In Sanskrit, they use prana. Latin, spiritus, and there are many other examples. So breath is not only the key to life and the metabolism in our cells, it can also open the door to the spirit and aid in the development of those 8 spiritual emotions, or those 8 positive emotions. So the simple act of breathing can facilitate healing from both of these directions, physically and spiritually, mind and body, which kind of the whole premise of these 12 sessions have been that those are, inextricably connected. So the last thing that I'll say about the connection between spirituality, and healing is to mention research on placebo. So probably everyone's heard about the placebo effect, or something like a sugar pill improves certain conditions when the recipient thinks that they are, receiving an actual medication. And one conclusion you could draw about that is the power of belief and hope. So I would encourage everyone to give some time and attention to whatever it is that brings you meaning, and to figuring out how to practice gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, and love in your life every day. So with that, let's do our last practice of the series. This is one of my favorites. It's not always easy. In fact, this is one that I've struggled with, and a lot of people that I've worked with have had some difficulty with. And like a lot of the other skills, kind of the more you do it, kind of the easier it becomes, and kind of the more you get out of it. And that is a practice on forgiveness. So the origin of the word forgiveness, it comes from the combination of a couple of old English words that, when taken together, mean to give completely, or can be interpreted as kind of a gift to oneself. And that's the way I really like to think about forgiveness, as a gift to oneself. There's a saying you've probably heard that resentment is like taking a poison, waiting for the person for whom you're holding that resentment to die, or it's like holding a hot coal in your hand, hoping to burn the person that you have that resentment for, when the person that's most harmed by that resentment is you yourself. You're the person holding that resentment. So forgiveness isn't about forgetting or condoning someone else's behavior who may have harmed you, but it's focused on our own self-being and self-care. And a quote from Pema Chodron, a Buddhist teacher, comes to mind. She says, "The greatest obstacle to connecting with our joy is resentment." And it's also helpful to note that there is significant published research on the health benefits and the health effects of practicing forgiveness. Stress reduction, improving emotional coping styles and resiliency, increasing our experience of empathy, and also helping to decrease kind of mental rumination. So these are just kind of a few of the positive effects of practicing forgiveness that have been demonstrated in the research. So with that being said, let's kind of jump into the practice. Just get comfortable in your seat again. Maybe closing your eyes. Breathing slowly and deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth, allowing your belly to be soft. Breathing slowly and deeply. feeling yourself present here and now, relaxing with each breath, relaxing into your chair, breathing in, breathing out. Now allow an image of someone toward whom you have anger or resentment come into your mind, allowing yourself to see that person now as if they were sitting across from you in a chair. You can choose whoever you like. Doesn't have to be the person who has hurt you the most. Just someone for whom you're holding some anger or resentment. As the image of this person comes into your mind, look at that person and say to them, I forgive you for whatever you may have done to harm me, intentionally or unintentionally. I forgive you. See if you can allow yourself to soften toward that person. Imagine them coming into your heart just for now. Breathe in. Hold them there in your heart for just a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. Staying present with them, relaxing. Feeling forgiveness for them. Allow yourself to be there for just a moment or two. And now letting them go, saying, I forgive you. Become aware of yourself again, breathing into your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing your belly to be soft. Breathing slowly, deeply. Feeling yourself present in your chair right here, right now. Relaxing with each breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And now, imagine someone whom you have harmed in some way. Imagine them sitting in a chair across from you. Doesn't have to be the person who you have harmed the most. Just someone you have hurt, whose name or image comes to you now. Look at that person and say to them, forgive me for whatever I may have done to harm you, intentionally or unintentionally. Please forgive me. Begin to allow your heart to open to this person. Imagine them opening their heart to you. Breathing in, breathing out. Imagining your hearts melting together. mind and in your heart for just a few moments. Continuing to breathe, staying soft, relaxing. Feeling forgiveness flowing from them toward you. Now letting the image fade, thanking them for the forgiveness that they're offering you, allowing yourself to feel the forgiveness flowing from them to you, feeling the connection between the two of you. Continue to breathe slowly, deeply. Becoming aware of yourself right here and now. Relaxing, deep breath as you breathe in. Now allow the image of yourself to come to you. Imagine yourself sitting in a chair across from you. Allow whatever image to arise that wants to arise. Whether it's you as you are now, or a younger version of yourself. Look at yourself sitting across from you and say, I forgive you for whatever you feel you've done to hurt yourself. For however you've let yourself down, I forgive you. Feel the sensation of opening your heart to yourself, feeling the connection between you and the image of yourself sitting in a chair across from you. Allow this sensation of opening to spread from you to your image, from your image back to you. Breathing in and out, staying soft, feeling forgiveness. Forgiveness to spread from you to all those on the planet who are in need of forgiveness, which is everyone. Allow this feeling to grow and expand as you breathe in and breathe out. Saying to yourself and everyone who needs forgiveness, I forgive you. Now beginning to allow your awareness to return to yourself. Breathing deeply, sitting in your chair. Maybe setting the attention to see how far into your day you can carry this feeling of forgiveness and open-heartedness. And then when you're ready, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Bring your attention back to the space you're in. Stretching if you need to move around a little bit. So if you found any difficulty in that, which some people do, and I do often at times, just sit with that, see what you can learn from that. That's, we can often learn from the difficulty of these skills as much as from the skills themselves. They can also kind of give us a direction or a hint on things that we need to continue to work on. So I'd encourage you to use this practice and all of these other practices. Find the ones that you need in the moments in which you need them. And, I hope you've all got your self-care toolkits now and are able to, kind of use them daily. Find the practices that work for you to manage your stress in the day-to-day and everything that's going on. If you enjoyed this experience, I'd love to hear from you and hear about it. If you didn't enjoy this experience, I'd like to hear that too. And so I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and a great week, and we'll see you all later.